There, today I'll be working on this Panasonic microwave oven. The clock works, light inside works, everything works, but if I try using it, it doesn't heat up or spin. Yeah, that's basically all it does. I was told that maybe the door could be loose. That would cause it sometimes to not turn on, but it doesn't seem to be the issue. I don't think it's the door switch. Because when I do open the door like that, the timer does stop. So I'm thinking it might be either the magnetron or a fuse inside. Let's see. As you can see here, 1987. It's a fairly old one. So if you're wondering why I'm bothering with it and not just throwing it out and getting a new one, here's my new microwave oven. As you can see, it's got a lot of rust on it. If you look closely, I've actually got some through holes there. So yeah, I was going to toss out that old one and not use it, but I think I'll be tossing this one out instead. This one's only a little over a year old and it's already junk. So I think I might be better off just fixing the old one instead. So I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is, well, after I unplug it, after I take out my cup of water, is to unplug it and then take this cover off. This cover looks like it's attached using, it's got a few screws here, so I'm going to remove these, take this off, and then see if I can find, see if I see what's under, see if I see anything suspicious underneath. There, I got the cover off. I had to lift up the back and then pull it. It doesn't come straight back off. I had to kind of lift it up from the back and then pull it back. So it was a little bit tricky. I'm not seeing anything obvious. I've heard that if the fuse is burnt, it's going to look burnt. Looks a little bit messy under here, but yeah, there's the magnetron. It looks fine. I guess the first thing I'll do is probably see if check my fuse, and then after that I can test the magnetron. But I'm kind of thinking that it might be something else other than that. But yeah, I'm not seeing any sign of damage or anything really burned out under here. It all looks pretty intact. But yeah, I'll test that fuse first and then figure out how to test this. I'm kind of afraid to touch anything because I know there's capacitors under here that might have to be discharged. There, before I do anything on here, I'm going to make sure that this my capacitor is discharged. And I guess the way to do that is to use 2 screwdrivers, which have plastic handles, and then just short it out. It shouldn't have anything built up in it because there's supposed to be a resistor in there that allows it to discharge when it's not in use. But I don't really want to rely on that, so I'm just going to do this and see what we get. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. There we go. Can you see that? Okay, like that. Yeah, I'm crossing them over, touching everything. Nothing's contacted. So I think I'm going to go one step further and just make sure everything under here is grounded. Oops. If I can get. All right, I'm going to check my fuse here. Got that set to ohms. So we just go. Let's see if I can do this in such a way that you can see that. And yeah, no resistance. I'm not terribly surprised because if this fuse this fuse is burned out, then I wouldn't have a clock or a light when I open the door. Because looking at this, I don't think there's anything else. There's no other wire that goes anywhere else. So yeah, if that fuses went, then nothing would work. So I guess the next thing I need to do is check the magnetron itself. And for that, I'm going to have to get under here. Yeah, I went ahead and disconnected it already. All right, let's test the our magnetron. Make sure we can see this. Okay, I guess we're supposed to have continuity between these two. So, let's see. Yep, we got continuity. Oops, there we go. Continuity between those two, but make sure nothing's grounded. I guess there's no continuity here. I'll check the other one. Let's see, I'll come in from this side. Yep, nothing there either. So our magnetron is working. So I'm not sure what this is or what our problem's going to be. Do some more research and try to figure this out. I guess I can go ahead and reconnect this then. There, I've gone and posted my microwave question on Reddit to try to figure out why this thing isn't working. And one response I got back is saying that it's likely one of the door switches. I didn't think it'd be a door switch because the thing is, when I open and close the door, the light came on inside, and also the timer shut off when I had it set to run. But the thing is, there's two of these, and I guess, let's see if you can see this, but this one down here, it's directly tied into the computer. You can see that, and I guess that one would probably control the timer and the light. And you can see the wires from that. But this other one seems to be tied into the heavier wire that goes down to my inverter, and then down to the capacitor underneath at the bottom. But anyways, one thing I notice on here is if you look at it closely, it looks like it's got some heat damage to it. Let's see if this can zoom or focus, but yeah, it's the connector for it looks heat damaged. So I'm going to have to do is see if I can take this door switch out and then take a closer look at it and do some. Alright, considering that there's heat damage, it's pretty obvious that this one door switch isn't working right. But I'm just going to go ahead and test it anyways, just to double check that it's not working. So let's see if I can get in here with the camera so you can see. But how do I get in there? It's kind of a difficult spot, but bear with me a bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got one probe. Let's see if I can get around here. I got one probe there. And if I just go with the other probe on here, like that, still nothing. Let's see the other side. Okay, nothing there. Okay, let's try opening the door and see if that makes any difference. Okay, door's open. Let's see if I can get this on there. Alright, I got that one. Let's see if there's anything here. Nothing there. And no change on here. So yeah, that switch is definitely not working. I'm going to see if I can pull the door switch out and take another look at it. Looks like it's held in by two screws, but before I do that, I'll probably have to disconnect this other switch from the computer board, and I'll go from there. Some of these wires can be a little tricky to take off, but let's see if I can pull this one out again. Let's see if you can see it. Here we go. Yeah, if you look closely at this one, there's a little tab at the bottom here. If you can push up on this, it's kind of hard to see it here, but yeah, if you can push up on that like the screwdriver, then this thing should just slide off. Otherwise, it can be a bit of a Bit of a chore. There, I've got my door switch out, connected to my multimeter. This first switch down here, I think this is the door latch one. And if I, let's see, go like this, you can sort of see that works. Okay, it's only got the one prong on it. So I'll disconnect, and that one's connected to the computer or to the circuit board, so it controls the light and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm going to connect to this next one, like this. And let's see. There we go, like that. And oops, let's see if I can get this thing off now. There we go. Okay, that's the opposite. When the door's open, that is like that. So test this one. There, that's open, closed, open, circuit closed. And you can see in here, you can see the little red, let's see if you can see that. You can see the little red buttons that this pushes on. Let's see if we get a view there. There we go. And if you look closely at this top one here, it doesn't have a button. I think the button must have been broken off. But anyways, the let's see if I'll move over to the door. But anyways, I'm going to see if I can get this thing removed. There, I've got all three of my micro switches out. They all look pretty much the same to me. You can see the little clicking it makes. This here is my faulty one. It has the little thing in it, but the spring inside doesn't seem to be working anymore, so that's probably why it doesn't work. I notice that it's soldered on the back here. That's kind of interesting. But anyways, I think I can probably replace this with one online. I can't find that VS15 part number, but I'll see if I can find another door micro switch, because it looks like a lot of them look the same. Anyways, these ones all seem to have different part numbers. Let's see, I know the DC rating, the DC rating for these two. Let's see if I can find that. I think it's a little less though. I think it's 0.1 amps. This thing here is 0.6 amp. So I'm going to see if I can find a 0.6 amp. I think they're all 16 amp DC or AC though, so that's the same. But let's see if I can find one that has a higher rating for the DC and use one of those. And I can get this all thing back together and see if it works. There, I think my new microwave is done. As you can see, it's completely rusted out and it's starting to spark. Anyways, my new switches come in, but according to Reddit, these ones that are available on Amazon are junk. So what I'm going to do with this is, with any luck, I'm going to take it apart and see what it has for switches. It has these tamper-proof screws, so that basically means that you need to get a tamper-proof end for it. So I'm going to take the cover off this and then take a look to see what it has for these switches. There, 4 tamper-proof screws and 2 regular screws, and the cover's off. And I notice that there's actually very little difference between the new one and the old one. So not much has changed in the last 30 years in terms of microwave technology. Anyways, there's the switch I need. So I'm going to see if I can just snap that out of there and then see if it'll fit my new one. And maybe I don't need to use the my Amazon switch. Yeah, I think I'm in luck. These look pretty much the same. And it works. It's the same size. So I think I'm going to stick this one in my old microwave and get it to work. There, I think I got everything put back together right. I should have got some more pictures showing where these how these wires went in, because that was a little tricky. But anyways, I'm going to now plug it in and see if it heats up some water. All right, this isn't good. I put the switches in and went to try it out, and then as soon as I plugged it in, the fuse went. I thought maybe it was an old fuse or that I'd messed with it, so I took the fuse from the parts microwave and put that in, and as soon as I plugged it in, that one went too. So I didn't change anything around in here, and the wires are all right back where they started from. So I am not sure what's going on. I think what I'll have to do is, I'm thinking maybe whatever caused that switch to fail, maybe that's what's causing my fuse to go. So I'm basically back to square one with my 30-year-old microwave. All right, I think I know what I did wrong. If you look inside here at that back switch, that's the one that basically makes the light come on when you open the door. Well, I had that backwards, and I guess what happens when you wire that backwards, it causes the other one to short out and pop the fuse. That is so that if this one here, the door monitor one, is broken and it stays closed, allowing power to go to the magnetron, when you have the door open, the other circuit, it causes it to, basically causes a microwave to self-destruct or blow the fuse so it doesn't, there's no way that the thing can come on when the door is open. Anyways, so I've attached that back one there. You can kind of see it back there. I switched that around, and now it works. And that, let's see, I just ran it, and yeah, nice and warm. Actually, I've already tested it. Make sure it's not boiling. Don't put your finger in it. Anyways, that's how you make a cup of tea. All fixed.